Hi everyone, welcome to Allie and You, the business, success, and lifestyle show. Today, we're going to talk about all things marketing so that you can grow your business rapidly online. And you know what? New strategies that you had never thought of before, right here on Allie and You. Well, today is going to be a fantastic episode, so really stay focused with us here on Allie and You today, because my guest, I have had the pleasure and the honor of coaching her over this past year in our Pinnacle Global Mastermind, and she is a force to be reckoned with. An amazing woman and a superstar in the marketing world. Catherine Sullivan is the CEO and founder of Marketing Solved, a serial entrepreneur, marketing coach, and online educator. From stay-at-home mom to blogger, Catherine used her social media and entrepreneurial skills to build a six-figure business and retire her husband from his corporate job, which is incredible. And as a digital media specialist, she serves clients such as Stedman Graham, an NBC television show, and multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs by marketing their businesses online. You want to know this woman. She's also a social media influencer and has been named one of the top online female entrepreneurs to follow in 2016. Welcome, Catherine Sullivan.
Thank you so much.
I'm so excited you're here.
I'm very excited to be here. You're one of my favorite people, so
well, likewise. And you know, we've known each other. It's almost been a year, but it was just, you know, I feel like everything happens for a reason. And we were drawn together, and it's just been amazing for me to watch you soar.
Thank you.
Right, this year.
Great.
So we're going to talk all about that and share some amazing marketing tips that you have that are super unique. So, you know, it's nice to see a woman marketer in the space. Now, we love you guys, so nothing about that. But, you know, there are a lot of men in the marketing space. So you're on fire. So when did you realize you had a knack with marketing?
Thank you for saying that. It is definitely a male-dominated industry that I'm honored to be a part of. And I started marketing, I guess I realized I really had a knack for it back when I started blogging. So in 2008, before everyone was blogging, that's really when I started testing my marketing skills, which I had zero of at the time. And it was all about just seeing if I could grow my blog. And it was a game. It was fun for me. Nothing was riding on it, so there wasn't really any pressure. And it really started growing, and it just had a lot of readers and traffic, and my social media fans were exploding. And then I started getting Parents Magazine was naming me the top mommy blogger, and Disney Social Media Moms was having me be a part of their panel. And so a lot of opportunities presented themselves. And then people started asking me to help them. Can you do to my blog what you did to your blog? And that's when I really realized, okay, wait a minute, I think I've got something here. And that was really the beginning of seeing that I had this talent that I had no experience in marketing.
Yeah. And so, you know, I mean, that's such an inspiration for people that think, why me? Could this happen to me? And here you didn't know what you were doing, and you just started blogging and started capturing attention.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing from there. So you've transformed your life in the last year. But, you know, we'll talk about the story, but what was it like when you were first getting those new clients? I mean, we've got a lot of new business owners watching the show, and just the idea of turning that into a business when you haven't had the business background. You know, what was your process there?
You know, when I decided that we were going to turn this into a business, I was determined. I was willing to go above and beyond and over deliver for people. And so I did what most people who want to start making money did. I went to Craigslist and I started looking for these job opportunities, and I saw a few that I thought I could definitely do this. And I remember when I emailed them, I laid it all out. I can give you this and I will over deliver, and everything that they had asked as a requirement, I was willing to give them more, and I wanted them just to give me that chance. And so when I think back to it now, I know that's why I was able to get those opportunities, because I was willing to go above and beyond and not just do the minimum.
Right.
And I think a lot of times, if we can focus on that over delivering, you're going to see more opportunities.
You know, that's such an important quality. And I do believe that's what separates the people that get extremely successful in their business and those that don't, right? Because your prospects, your customers, you know, they don't want to leave you.
Right.
Because they, you know, you don't see that often as someone that not only does what they say they're going to do, but they give over value.
Right. I agree.
Know? And just the determination that you said, I'm going to make this successful. And that's really what it takes.
I agree. When I think back to it, it was really the driving force. And I still have that determination. It's just changed a little bit, but I carry that with me, and I think that really opens up those opportunities.
Yeah. So tell us the story. And I mean, I know a little bit of the story, obviously, because I've been able to be a part of your journey.
Sure.
But share with everybody how this happened and the process, because it's just a beautiful story.
Absolutely. Well, the majority of our business growth happened just about a year ago, and I know we've been able to talk about this a little bit, but this time last year, my husband was working a great corporate job, and he was working 5:30 in the morning. He would leave. He would come home at around 8:30 at night. He wouldn't see the kids. He was stressed out. I was building a business at home alone with 3 kids, and it was incredibly hard. It was a really hard time in our life, and we wanted to continue to move our business. So I had said to him, and it was about November of 2015, I said, I think this year, let's invest in each other. Let's go to some events. Let's build ourselves up and start networking. And so I had told him about my favorite person online, which is Allison Maslan, and that I wanted to go to the Blast Off event. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make it happen. He had work, and we have 3 kids, 5, I think they were 5, 3, and 1. And you don't have a lot of volunteers offering to watch your kids for a weekend while you leave. So it just wasn't able to happen. And so then on Christmas Day, the last present that I got was my husband had actually watched your webinar, which I thought was so funny. He's never watched a webinar in his life. It's probably the last one he's ever going to watch. And he had gotten us tickets.
Wait a minute. I hope it wasn't because he didn't watch the webinar.
I think it was, he just doesn't do that.
Right.
So it was really funny to me, but he had gifted me 2 tickets to Blast Off. He had gotten us airfare, hotel, babysitter, and he had covered all the accommodations.
Oh my gosh, what a guy.
I know.
What a guy.
Amazing he is. He's just such a great guy. And that was so exciting. And I remember I was crying these tears of joy, and my kids still remember, like, tears of joy now is when mom opened that, you know, those tickets to Allison's event. So then we go to the event, right? So that was exciting. And then we get to go to the event. And that's where everything really started changing. And it was in January. And just thinking back to January until now, like, the growth that we've seen is just so phenomenal. We went to the event, and I hope I can share one of the exercises you had us do.
Yes, please do.
So we went to the Blast Off event, and the energy there it's undescribable. You're in a room full of entrepreneurs, and they're creatives, and they're visionaries, and the energy level is so high. It's really inspirational. It's very motivational. And I remember there was this one exercise where Allison says, okay, now I want you to envision your life, your best life. What does it look like? And you write that down. And it was, what does your income look like? What are you doing? Where do you live? And you really got detailed. And so we did the exercise and we wrote that down. And then the next thing you say is, okay, now write down what's blocking you. Why aren't you there? And so you write that down. And the event continued. And at one point, my husband and I looked at each other and we compared notes, and we had written down the exact same thing. It was all the things we wanted were to live by the beach, were to have Brian not working, were for our kids to be in extracurricular programs where we could go. We were generating great revenue. And then the things that were blocking us were 2 things. And it was my husband's job, because we were reliant on his income And it was fear. We were terrified. We were terrified to bet on ourselves. And it was that experience that Brian said, why are we doing this? Why are we living life that we don't want when there's all these things that we can have? And so at the event, I don't know if you remember, but he decided, I'm going to quit my job on Monday. And so
I totally remember it.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we were at the lunch, and then you announced it.
We're at the VIP lunch, and we told you, and you said, I'm going to call you on Monday, and I'm going to make sure that you quit your job. So Sunday's great, right? We're on cloud nine, everything's amazing. And then Monday rolls around, and we're terrified. I'm like, is he going to go through with it? Because he goes to work at 5:30, and he said, on the way there, I did get a little apprehensive. I wasn't going to do it. And then I just thought to myself, no, our life is better than this. And so he quit his job. And it was a game changer. I mean, everything changed in our business literally within days of him quitting that job. It was the best thing that could have ever happened to us. It was amazing. We generated 6 figures in contracts within the next 30 days. So we had already replaced his income. And it was
in 30 days replaced his whole income for the year.
And that's when we knew it was, we bet on ourselves. And so we thank you so much. Like the amount of gratitude we have for you for pulling that out of us. I just don't know how we ever repay that.
Oh, well, thanks. I mean, it's just so incredibly rewarding to see you all. It just gives me chills to see you guys moved, and now you're by the beach.
Yeah.
You guys are hanging together all the time. It's true.
Yeah.
And I think that I love you sharing this story, because there are so many people, some of you that are watching this, and you really want to change your circumstances. You have this better life over here. And maybe you are already in your business, but you're working so hard and you're not seeing the traction, but you're stopping yourself from taking this leap because of fear, right? And it's actually creating what you don't want.
It absolutely was. And while he was there, he had gotten in car accidents, 2 or 3 car accidents, because he was commuting 2.5 hours each way every day. It was crazy. It was just a crazy way to live. And we look back on it, we're like, what were we thinking? But fear does that to you. It paralyzes you, and it keeps you in this comfort zone, and it really limits you to achieving the best success. And so again, super gratitude to Allison.
Yeah, well, thank you. And so then this year, I mean, you've done some amazing things. You've completely changed the way you're doing business, how you're sharing your work with the world.
Yeah, we're on the path to changing. Why not change everything, right? Having Brian home it just allowed me to free up a lot of time and restructure and create a business model that was scalable. I know a lot of things that we were doing, we were keeping it solopreneur, and we wanted to grow that. And so there were a lot of things that we had to do to change our business structure and our business model that allowed us to really scale, reach more people, help more business owners, as well as continue to grow our business.
Yeah, well, it's just so exciting to see. And hey, it's going to continue from there. And we have so much that we're going to have Catherine share here as far as some marketing tips. So you want to stay with us. But I just have to say this, that Blast Off 2017 is right around the corner. The exact event that Catherine was talking about here that she attended, that was a game changer for herself, her family, and her clients. So you've got to attend. All you have to do is go to blastoffevent.com and reserve your seat. Hurry, because we are almost sold out. And we have business owners flying in from all over the country, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a lot of people coming with us. If you have to choose one event to go to, the Blast Off event is the one to go to. You will walk away with a business plan for the entire year, not to mention the amazing networking and the people that you meet. And it's just it's a life changer. And I'm probably a pretty good person that could say that it will change your life, right?
Yes.
Okay.
From example here. So very cool.
Perfect.
So blastoffevent.com. We want to see you there. So let's talk about marketing and leads a little bit, because this is your expertise. Where do you feel that business owners struggle the most when they're working to get their name out there, to be seen and heard everywhere? Where are they hitting the walls?
I think there's a couple of things. So it's hard to pinpoint just one, but I can tell you that it comes down to consistency a lot of times. And we talk about this a lot when I take on new clients. It'll be, well, what is your strategy? And they don't necessarily have a strategy. Maybe they'll post here and there and they don't see the results that they want. And so they say, it doesn't work for me. And it couldn't be further from the truth. You have to be really active. You have to be consistent. And I have really grown my business on that consistency. I mean, we're posting every day on every platform, and we make it a point to get that exposure. So definitely consistency is number one. But the second one I would say is that people are really scared to make offers. And again, one of the things we learn in Pinnacle is the first 3 hours of your day, you are doing sales calls, revenue generating activities. And it's funny when I talk to clients because they're so scared to just make one offer. And so they'll never post about their business online. They'll never email their list. They're scared. They're scared they're going to lose fans or they're going to lose email subscribers. And I'm like, you're not in the business of collecting fans, right? You're in the business of selling your products and services. And so I think a lot of times if people will break out of that fear and get those offers out there and let people know that they're there to do business with them, they will see so much more success than if they hide their offers and keep them to themselves.
People out there, they need you, right? They need you. And you're absolutely right. It's not about just building fame. It's about building a business and growing profits. That's why you are in business. So, and to make a difference. But you have to ask for the business.
You do.
And I do feel this is where business owners get stuck a lot of times because they're afraid of rejection.
Right.
They're afraid of pushing people away. But if you don't ask for the sale, everybody loses.
Right. I always say that if you don't tell them what you're selling, they don't know they can buy it from you. And so it's really important to break out of that, make those offers, be confident in those offers. And if you lose a fan, it's okay. If you lose an email subscriber, it's okay. They're not the right customer for you.
Yes.
So you just get back in there and you look for the customers that do want to work with you. And there's an unlimited world out there of business. So there's more than enough to go around.
Right. And what you've created is so great because you go to sleep or you go on vacation or you're hanging out at the beach with your husband and you look at your phone and you're like, the sale just came through. The sale just came through.
The best feeling.
And you didn't have to do anything.
I had visions of that when I just got started. It was like, that was what I wanted. I wanted to wake up and see those PayPal notifications. And I said, just 2 days ago, I looked at my husband and we just ran a sale. And I looked at my husband and I'm like, these notifications on my phone. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, never mind, they're PayPal. Like, I'm fine with this.
Those are good notifications.
Those are great.
We can handle that.
I'm fine to be interrupted.
And so these were, some of the things that you changed, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I feel like that part of the consistency issue with business owners is the overwhelm.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And you said that you're posting on every platform, but I mean, the platforms are like ad nauseum. They're just... they're coming out of your ears. So what do you recommend? Do you recommend that they just pick a few and dive deeply or just a few on each?
So it's a good question and it's going to be different for everybody. So generally what I recommend is that you are on the platform that your customers are on. And so that's going to be different for every business. Some are going to thrive on Facebook, like you do amazingly well on Facebook. And then other businesses will do really well on Pinterest or Instagram. And so the first thing is knowing where your customers are and meeting them where they're already hanging out. So that's where I would definitely place the focus. I have always come from the mindset that if you are everywhere, you can actually pull more people in. And I know a lot of people say just focus on one and that's it. But I know that if I wasn't on Twitter, I would lose business. If I wasn't on LinkedIn, I would lose business. So what I do is my little tip for you guys is I actually use automation. And I set up different automation programs to help me get my message out there without having to be constantly posting every day. So one tool that I use for this is IFTTT. It's called If This Then That. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
IFTTT. Okay.
IFTTT. And that'll help you so that if you post on Facebook, you can tell this program, I automatically want this to post to Twitter, and I automatically want it to post to Pinterest. So in one post, you can actually hit 3 social networks at once, and it's totally automated.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Game changer.
I mean, that's absolutely, because we're all about saving time.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, as a business owner. So that's fantastic. I'm definitely going to check that out. So now you've done amazingly well on Pinterest.
Yes.
And we think of Pinterest as just somewhere where we're looking for design ideas,
recipes,
and cooking ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, one of our mastermind members in our business coaching program called the Pinnacle, which you're part of, Christine Sanchez, they actually got a client for their construction company. They do big refrigeration projects on Pinterest.
Exactly.
Like, you wouldn't think that.
No, you
so
wouldn't.
tell us why you love Pinterest so much.
Sure.
And also, do you feel it runs across all industries?
Sure. I do love Pinterest. It's my number one source of traffic, of subscribers, and sales. And so a lot of people are really surprised by that. I'm always met with like, Pinterest, what? And it's really just a powerhouse for traffic. And there are so many different customers on there, and they like to spend money. They like to buy. I mean, the statistics show that Pinterest users actually spend more money than Facebook users. And
interesting.
Yes,
I did not know
and they're
that
more
either.
likely to buy. So not only are they more likely to buy, they're also going to spend more money. So it's a great place to be. There is definitely some strategy involved. You want to make sure that you are creating a funnel, you're getting them to your site, you're able to market to them in the future. So if you can get their email address, if they come to your site, is a great strategy. Beautiful graphics work really well on Pinterest. But the real powerhouse behind Pinterest is the ads platform. And we tested this out at the beginning of the year. It was really new to the marketplace, and we had put some energy in really learning this platform. And we realized that's what unlocked just this flood of traffic. And if you have a solid marketing system on the back end, then you can make sure that you're converting that traffic. And since that day, I mean, we've just seen it just continues to go up. Our numbers just continue to increase, and we've got more and more traffic and subscribers and sales, and we have Pinterest to thank for that. So do I think it's for every industry? I do. I really do. You can do local marketing. You can do very broad industry. There's affiliate marketing that they allow now. So you can really get in there. There was one industry. There was one niche. It was a very unique niche that she just said, Pinterest is not for me. And I'm like, no way, I can definitely convert you. And I think she sold, it's like hot air balloons. Do you know who I'm talking about? She's in the program.
Oh, Lori?
Yes.
Guthrie? Okay.
And she said, it's not for me. And I said, you know what? I'll concede to that one. But for everyone else, it definitely works. So it's definitely time to get on Pinterest.
Yeah,
check
hers
it out.
it's for the government,
Okay.
The parachute material and so
There
forth.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was one I gave her. But
Yeah,
for the
I don't
rest-
know. I bet you'd be able to prove her wrong.
We might be able to, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great platform.
So share some tips with Pinterest to get us thinking of it in a new way. So
Sure.
if you know how to do the boards and things like that. But what are some new ways of looking at Pinterest?
So I think one thing to really focus on is to have a strategy and to really focus on the goal. And a lot of times that initial goal should be list building, right? How can we get in front of people and get them on our email list? Because then we can market to them in the future. And so you can really use Pinterest as that introduction to the relationship, and you can create really pretty pins. Pins are the images that you share on Pinterest, and the better the graphic, the more eye-catching, the more people are going to be drawn to it. Mm-hmm. And so if you create these beautiful graphics and you link it to a page where somebody can maybe get a free offer, some kind of free opt-in, then they're more inclined to give you their email address. And that's the strategy that I like to use, is to create really pretty graphics that link to a landing page. I get an email, and then I continue to market to them in the future. So
Right.
for me, that's been really successful. And I think that strategy could work across, again, any industry, any niche, just utilizing Pinterest instead of the traditional networks like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Yeah, that sounds great. So I challenge you all to rethink Pinterest.
Yes.
Get back to your boards, because there are customers that are just sitting there, right?
Yes,
So what about funnels? And I mean, some of these things, unless you're really tech savvy, it can be overwhelming.
Sure.
I mean, just to even have someone put their opt-in together. For
Right.
you and I, we're like, okay, we know we can put an opt-in together quickly. And I think what happens is that someone might put a funnel together and nothing's happening. Mm-hmm. I mean, this could be in anything, really, anything that you go after, and you're not seeing the traction right away. And then they say, this isn't working. I'm going to just can it and go on to something else.
Yeah, definitely. And I talk to a lot of people who feel that same way because it is a learning progress. You do have to learn how it works. The best thing you can do is really use the tools that you have available to you. Take a training program. There's a lot of great trainings out there that can show you step by step how to set a funnel up easily.
You have one of those.
I do have one of
Oh,
those.
well,
I
you
have
know.
a couple actually. I have a free course that I teach people all about sales funnels. But I just think it's really important that people find the education. They get the training that they need so that they don't have to go through the overwhelm. That's when you have that experience, why not share it so that other people don't have to go through the struggle of figuring it all out on your own? You have the answer, so give them the shortcut.
You know, I think this is a really important point because a lot of times business owners will say to me, well, I just want someone to handle it for me.
Sure.
And that's all great because it's good to delegate. But if you don't know what's going on, or you don't know what to tell your marketing person about your ideal client, your target market, and all of those things so that you're attracting the right people and this is going to work, and that you are on the pulse of what they're doing so you can determine if your money is working or not.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
So I think it's important, even if you are working with a marketing person, business owners need to get educated about marketing.
I agree. I think that business owners tend to focus on their expertise, right? Which is why they're in that business. They're not necessarily marketing experts, which is why people who do know marketing are able to help them and really support them. But I absolutely believe that they should at least have the foundations, the understanding of how it works so that they can implement it for their business. I mean, knowing your ideal client it just changes everything because then you know exactly how to sell your products and services to your target audience versus trying to sell it to everyone. You're going to have a much higher success rate if you're focusing on the people that are most likely going to buy from you.
Yes. Oh, it's like, round peg, square hole.
Right.
If you're trying to beg and convince and, twist someone's arm to be a customer.
Right.
But if you're talking to that right audience and they get you and they connect with you, then it's just a beautiful marriage.
Yeah, I agree. I've heard the saying is if you're selling to everyone, you're selling to no one. So it is, and it can be really frustrating for the business owner as well if you're not focused in on the right person. And so if you want to eliminate that, then go ahead and make sure you know who you're targeting, who your audience is, and you will definitely see better success.
Right. And we'll be teaching that at Blast Off also. But tell us, because you've developed a really cool program.
Yes.
To simplify, because I know with social media, it is time intensive. And, we've got business owners that are taking care of clients and, building platforms and working on their products and all of that. Mm-hmm. So you found a way to cut their time, way down, but still helping them to reach their customer.
Yes, we have. Thank you so much for letting me share. We did create a recent program. It's called Monthly Marketing Solved, and it is done for you monthly marketing. And the great thing about this program is we literally create all of your marketing for you. So we come up with a marketing calendar every month. And this marketing calendar tells you when to post, what to post, when to blog, when to promote, and when to just do everything for your business. And then we take it a step further. Then we create the content for you. We give you all the graphics. So now you know what to post. Then you can just go and get the content. You get the graphic. And it makes it so much easier. So even promotional stuff, like I said earlier, a lot of people are scared to make offers. Well, they don't have to worry anymore because when you're consistent and you're sprinkling in that balanced offer, then it's not overwhelming to your fans. And we'll tell you exactly what to post. We write the statuses for you. So you just plug and play, drag and drop your business's information. You grab the graphic that you want, you set it, and it's done. And we have a lot of people who can pre-schedule all of their content in about an hour for the entire month because they have everything already done for them. And it's been an overwhelming response from business owners because they're like, this is exactly what I needed.
Finally.
Exactly, and it's super affordable. And we made a really hard decision on the price point for this, but we really wanted it to reach as many business owners as we could. And so it's $47 a month. It's not out of this world.
Absolutely crazy.
It is pretty crazy, but again...
Yeah. I mean, they're giving away their genius to support you. And I mean, I haven't seen anything like this out there. You literally, not only does it tell you when and what, it actually gives you the material to post so that you're not having to join other subscriptions to get the graphics. And it just saves hours and hours a week.
Yeah, we say now you can cut out the graphic designer, the social media manager, and the chief marketing officer with one program. And I think that's probably why it's been so successful since the launch. We just launched in August, and we are blown away by the response. So, and we want to just continue to make it better.
So how do people find that?
They can just go to monthlymarketingsolve.com. And
monthlymarketingsolve.com, and we'll put that down there so that you guys can jump right on there. And not only are you saving tons of time and tons of money, but you're also it's giving you an opportunity to free up your time so that you can go out there and build your business.
Absolutely.
Which is exactly what you want to do. That's very cool. So any last words of advice that you would like to share with business owners?
Come to Blast Off in January.
Absolutely.
That's definitely the catalyst for your change. If you've been struggling and no, I'm not an affiliate, I'm just a firm believer in that event can really change the trajectory of your business. And so that's definitely the advice I'd have to leave them with. That event really changed our life.
Oh, well, thank you. And I swear I didn't.
She didn't tell me to say that. I'm not a paid spokesperson.
Yeah, but I'm excited because you're going to be there again, and we're going to have a blast. And I love all that you're doing, Catherine, and you're such an inspiration. Not only are you helping all these business owners grow, for people to see you and going after your dream, and that's really what we want. We want to be able to spend more time with our loved ones and make a difference. So you guys go out there and make it happen. Check out Catherine. Come see us at Blast Off. And until then, get out there, elevate yourself because you are worth it. Yes. We'll see you next time on Allie and You. Bye, everybody.
If you are a business owner that is ready to elevate and get to the next level, and you're serious about taking action, and you're gonna stop talking and you're gonna start doing, you need to be here, because this is a room full of doers.
This is the Don't Miss event of the year. You've got to be here if you want to grow your business and take it to the next level.
This event specifically is literally the catapult for how we started to grow our business. At this event, we made the decision to go 100% in our business and really bet on us. And what that allowed us to do is stop playing small. And within the first 30 days of us attending the event, we actually booked over 6 figures in business, which was, I think, triple the amount that we had done the entire year prior. And we did it in 30 days.
I guess through the connections, I'm creating more possibilities of taking one of my brands to a national level. And that's really why I'm here today, to try to grab that takeaway, or that breakthrough, if you will. And I'm seeing that I'm going to get that through this network.
It lays the base for you, step by step, methodically, on how you want to run your business, from sales to marketing to operations to money mindset. Allison covers the full gamut of business operations.
The environment, the feedback, the masterminding, not just from the coaches, not just from Allison, but from the other individuals who are at the event. I mean, they've been incredible and welcoming with open arms, and people who have no idea about my industry have given me some of the most enlightened and insightful feedback that's going to really change the way that we do business.
The biggest breakthrough for me was that I was thinking local instead of national. There's no reason why this business can't go national, and I'm so excited to make that happen.
Oh, the experience has been fantastic. I've been able to come up with alternative revenue streams for our business, and that I think is really going to impact our our revenue for 2017.
One of the tools that I received was to raise my prices. Is that I realized that I've been charging too little for what I do, and it has to do with self-worth and all of that. But I realized, listening to Allison, that people will pay what I think I'm worth.
But the best part about this event is that you walk away with an entire plan for the year. You discover what products you're going to create, how you're going to increase your revenue, how you're going to scale your business, hire a team. And you walk away in the beginning of January with this great plan for the entire year. No other event gives you that, and then you can take action all year long.
I think this event will help me grow my business. It has in this last year. In this past year, I can't even believe how different my life is, what I've done. I published a book. I created an online program. I've hired staff. I've grown my business 1,000-fold in a year.
It's fantastic. It's worth every penny. I've paid 10 times as much for 3-day seminars that I got half as much information out of. So the price, the value for what you get is incredible. And like I said, if it ended at the first day, it would have been worth it, but we had day 2, day 3, tremendous amount of information, amazing energy, and basically you need to follow your dreams, and the sky's the limit. So
if they want to just go over that edge of the fear that's holding you back to be the most successful you that you can be in this life, this is the place to be.